The pound is in the ground. The latest UK mini budget was far from mini. The UK hasn't seen tax cuts like this in the last 50 years. So, what is the mini budget? Well, the mini budget is a set of policies set out by the UK chancellor, the latest of which has caused a lot of uncertainty in the UK. So what were the main points of the mini budget? Well, earlier last week, Chancellor Kwasi delivered his new mini budget for 2022. Some of the main points were income tax, national insurance increases, bankers' bonus caps, stamp duty have all been cut.
How does the mini budget impact the UK economy? As part of the mini budget, the deficit for the UK borrowing had increased, which means that the amount that the government borrows versus the amount that the government spends has widened. This meant that investors in the city had lost confidence in the pound, and there was an anticipation that the Bank of England was going to come out with an emergency increase in interest rates up to 2%. Now, with this in mind, most lenders had to end up withdrawing all of their fixed rate products because they could not price in the market. So, most of this created uncertainty in the UK economy, uncertainty in the mortgage lending market, and uncertainty just generally within the UK economy. No one knew what was going to happen, and in the next 1 to 2 weeks, we're going to see what lenders are going to come back with their fixed rate products and what percentage points they're going to be.
So what will be the effects of the new 2022 mini budget on the UK housing market? Well, to start with, we're going to see a widening in the supply and demand imbalance currently seen in the rental sector. This is because more homeowners, landlords and investors will be potentially selling their properties due to the increase in lending rates. This is going to also result in rent increases across the board.
What does this mean for us as property investors? When in doubt, zoom out. That's what I always say. So when you look over the last 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, there's always been market corrections, always been market crashes. But generally speaking, over the long term, property prices are guaranteed to increase. Property prices are always following in line with a lot of the inflation as well. And we do still have inflation underlying the economy. A lot of people are asking me, is this the same as 2007? Is it the same as the 2000 crash? No one knows, because what happened previously is not necessarily what's going to happen moving forward. However, one thing is for certain, this is all due to black swan events that haven't happened previously. It's also due to inflationary pressures as well, which is obviously making the UK government and the Bank of England increase the interest rates in order to combat inflation. So there's a variety of things, and there's quite a big complexity around this. And unfortunately, there's no one answer as to what's going to happen, and there's no crystal ball. However, one thing I can say is keep calm, keep buying solid assets, cash flowing assets, and over the long term, you'll do very well.